Our distinguished guest this evening, Professor Andre Bete, honored invitees, colleagues, and the IIM students community. On behalf of IIM family, it's a great pleasure for me to invite you all to this very important event in the social and economic calendar of IIM. As some of you might remember that in the beginning of this century, we christened it as the century of ideas. And in that context, IIM launched a Global Thinker Award to celebrate the advent of this young century by honoring those who have contributed substantially to that global stream of consciousness, ideas and knowledge, which collectively constitute what we may loosely term as human civilization. That was 5 years back. This is the 6th year of the annual award. In 2006, a group of distinguished Indians pondered long to select one awardee who has enriched not only his own academic or operational domain, but in fact has been a thinker who possibly did not see the tomorrow, but had the ability to develop scenarios which might turn out to be rather prophetic. Lord Bhikhu Parekh's address, "Is democracy exportable?" seemed to be rather esoteric to many of us in 2006, but the idea has literally blown on our face during the last 6 months with unprecedented developments in the Middle East. Similarly, Professor Prahalad, the awardee in 2008, who unfortunately is no longer with us, spoke on the results of his research on wealth at the bottom of the pyramid and what it means to a country like India. His influence is seen from the fact that at IIM, just as in many other very distinguished business schools across the world, we have developed courses based on his work. More importantly, his body of knowledge continues to enthuse a growing band of entrepreneurs, professional managers, venture capitalists, among many others. The reason I mentioned the contributions of only 2 of the awardees and not all 5 of them is the paucity of time. But even these very limited references do signify that in this short period of 5 years, the IIM Global Thinker Award has been able to justify its name, its underlying ethos, and possibly also the ambition. As a matter of record, our 3 other distinguished awardees were Dr. M.S. Swaminathan in 2007, Lord Meghnad Desai in 2009, and Dr. Shashi Tharoor in 2010. In this tradition, we have invited Professor Bete to be the recipient this year. I, on behalf of IIM, express our sincere thanks to the Board of Jurors for their painstaking efforts to select a scholar par excellence who has not only enriched his own academic world, academic domain through research and teaching in some of the most famous universities in the world, but has also participated as an effective member of the civil society in dialogues and discourses which influence the evolution of our social and political democratization process. With these few words, I again welcome all of you and invite Professor Monica Moore to read out the citation.
Professor Andre Bete is the doyen among India's contemporary Indian sociologists. He was born in Chandanagar municipality, close to Kolkata in West Bengal, where his father was mayor. He did his graduate and postgraduate studies in anthropology from University of Calcutta. Subsequently, he joined University of Delhi as a lecturer, from where he also received his doctorate in sociology. He has had a lifelong association with the Faculty of Sociology at the Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi, where he is currently Professor Emeritus of Sociology. Professor Bethe had also taught at Oxford University, Cambridge University, the University of Chicago, and the London School of Economics. The Government of India awarded the Padma Bhushan to Professor Bethe in 2005 for his immense contribution in the field of sociology. He also served as a member of the National Knowledge Commission for some time. He was made National Research Professor in 2006. The Government of India appointed Professor Bethe as Chairman of the Indian Council of Social Science Research for a 3-year term, a responsibility which he discharged with distinction. Professor Bethe has written extensively on almost all the current issues of sociology. He has a number of books, essays, and other publications in scholarly journals to his credit. His writings looks at the contradictions between the idea of equality and the practice of inequality, caste hierarchies, and making basic rights available to all, irrespective of individual merit and need. Some of the important books he has authored are Universities at the Crossroads, Marxism and Class Analysis, Ideology and Social Science, Essays on Approach and Method, Chronicles of Our Time, Caste, Class and Power, Changing Patterns of Stratification in Tanjore Village, Antinomies of Society, Essays on Ideologies and Institutions, Anti-Utopia, Essential Writings of Andre Bethe, among many others. He is one of the very few remaining titans in the best classical tradition of a scholar, erudite, inquisitive passion for truth, and most importantly, utterly humane. IILM feels honored by conferring the Global Thinker Award 2011 on Professor Bethe.
Thank you very much, Professor Bhattacharya, Mrs. Rai, and all the members of the audience. It's a great honor for me to be here with you today and to receive from you the award which you have just conferred on me. It certainly makes me a little humble to think about all the things that I wanted to do and the very few among those things that I succeeded in doing. But that is really what the life of an academic man is. He must set himself large objectives and try to reach those objectives. It doesn't matter whether he achieves all of them. It's the effort by which one has to be judged. The great British philosopher Bernard Williams said that one way of judging a person is by what he is, but perhaps a better way of judging him is by trying to understand what he wanted to be. I think that is very important, particularly for young people who are entering into a life of study and research and scholarship. Today I am going to talk to you about a subject of great importance, and it's a very large subject. It's a very, very large subject, and I want to make it very clear that I cannot aim to cover all aspects of the subject. What is the large subject that I want to direct my attention to? It is the subject of democracy, which was the first topic of the lecture given by the awardee in the first year, Professor Bhiku Parekh. is democracy exportable? One must ask oneself, what does one mean by democracy? And I don't think that one can agree at once to a single meaning of democracy. And I don't want to cover all aspects of democracy. I want to address myself particularly to the institutions of democracy. You know, democracy can mean a variety of different things. It certainly means the ideals of democracy, the ideals and the values of democracy, such as equality, liberty, social justice, ideals which are inscribed in our constitution and which are indeed very valuable. But I'm not going to talk mainly about the ideals of democracy. Today, democracy has come to mean increasingly the participation of citizens in social movements. They are very important. Social movements are very important. But again, that is not what I'm going to talk about. And sometimes social movements can become a threat to the things that I want to talk about and that are absolutely indispensable if democracy is to flourish. And these are the institutions of democracy. Institutions like Parliament, institutions like the Supreme Court, institutions like the political parties. I don't really believe that democracy can flourish only through people's movements which come and go, and I am a little worried by the fact that many middle-class Indians feel that the government is not doing anything very much. It is ineffective and it is corrupt. And the opposition is just as bad. And therefore we must turn to other things for the regeneration of democracy. I agree entirely that the operation of